Welcome to Travel On. Today we're gonna visit 20 of the most beautiful cities in the world, from North and South America to Asia, Russia, and the Middle East, Europe. Come along with us as we visit these works of art that millions of people call home. Let's get to it. Venice, Italy. Venice is a dream on the water. Built on more than 100 islands, it seems to float between reality and legend. Gondolas glide along the canals, with the water reflecting ancient palaces and bridges that have seen everything from Venetian doges to secret dates. St. Mark's Square with its basilica is the heart of the city, where bells chime the time and pigeons land right on the shoulders of tourists. Go to the Café Florian, the oldest in Europe. Or maybe you'll find yourself at a ball in a carnival mask, dissolving in the sounds of a waltz. Venice is eternal art, from Titian paintings to Murano glass. This is a city where the rain turns the streets into a mirror, and the silence of the canals at night speaks louder than any words. The most amazing thing is that Venice stands on millions of wooden piles driven into the marshy bottom of the lagoon. These piles of larch do not rot underwater, and over time, they become harder. Thanks to this ancient and unique design, the city has stood for more than 1,000 years. This engineering feat of the past has kept Venice alive and beautiful for centuries. Singapore. Singapore is a city-state where cutting-edge architecture meets tropical nature in an incredible synthesis. The city is famous for its cleanliness, safety, and efficiency. But most importantly, it amazes with its unique Garden City concept. Stroll through the famous Gardens by the Bay, a futuristic park with huge super trees that turn into glowing light sculptures at night. Be sure to visit Marina Bay Sands, a chic hotel with a rooftop pool and observation deck offering stunning views of the city and the bay. Singapore's cultural diversity is reflected in its neighborhoods: Chinatown, Little India, Arab Street, each with a vibrant, distinctive atmosphere, food, and traditions. Singapore is a city of the future, where technology and nature live in harmony, and a vibrant nightlife complements daytime discoveries. There is an entire area in Singapore known as hawker centers, unique street markets with dozens of small stalls serving dishes from different cultures: Chinese, Malay, Indian, and more. The food at some of these hawker centers was awarded UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage status. This recognition highlights not only the delicious food, but also the importance of such places as a hub for social interaction and cultural exchange, where people of all nationalities and ages come together for an inexpensive and authentic meal. The City of Light, Paris, France. Paris is not just a city, it's a feeling. It's the morning smell of a croissant in a small bakery, the clinking of glasses to the chords of a street accordion, and the soft light that envelops the Eiffel Tower at sunset. Start your walk at the Louvre, where immortal masterpieces are kept behind a glass pyramid. Then walk along the Champs-Élysées to the Arc de Triomphe. Feel the scale and history. Climb Montmartre to the Sacré-Cœur Basilica. There you will find an unforgettable view. In the Marais Quarter, you will find trendy galleries and cafes, where modern cultural life is in full swing. And on the banks of the Seine, among the second-hand booksellers and old bridges, you can get lost in time. Paris is a city where art and everyday life are intertwined into one. This is a city that you will fall in love with, not for any one particular site, but for the entire atmosphere. And it doesn't matter whether you've been here dozens of times, or if you're here for the first time. It presents itself in a new way every time. Barcelona, Spain. Barcelona is an explosion of color, form, and passion, a city that inspires artists and dreamers. Antoni Gaudi's Sagrada Familia is a grand cathedral that has been under construction for over a century and remains a symbol of unconquered creativity. Stroll through the winding streets of the Gothic Quarter, where every stone breathes history and the cozy squares are filled with the music of street artists. Don't miss Park Güell, a colorful garden where you can feel the magic of Catalan modernism. Barcelona lives in the sun. Its beaches beckon at any time of the year. And local markets like Bocaria delight with fresh delicacies. Barcelona is one of the few cities in the world with a magic fountain, which puts on a real light show with music, light, and water at night. This fountain was built for the 1929 World Exhibition and still attracts thousands of spectators. This is not just a fountain, it is real art, embodied in water and light, right in the heart of the city. Prague, Czech Republic. If fairy tales could take the form of a city, they would look like Prague. The city of 100 spires seems frozen in time. Prague Castle, the world's largest ancient castle complex, towers over the Vltava River. It's also home to St. Vitus Cathedral, where Czech kings were crowned. The astronomical clock on Old Town Square, a marvel of medieval engineering, still draws spectators every hour. Crossing Charles Bridge feels like stepping through the ages, with statues of saints watching over you in silent blessing. Prague is more than just a city. It's an invitation to another world, where every building tells its own story. Here, you want to walk without a map, get lost in the alleys, drink beer in ancient cellars, and listen to the evening city whisper in the language of centuries. Kyoto, Japan. Kyoto is the heart and soul of Japanese culture. The city, which was the capital of Japan for more than 1,000 years, has preserved an extraordinary concentration of traditions. There are more than 1,600 Buddhist temples and 400 Shinto shrines. The Golden Pavilion sparkles in the rays of the morning sun, reflected in the calm surface of the pond. In the Gion district, you can meet a real geisha, like a living illustration from the Edo period. In spring, sakura blooms along the rivers and alleys, and everything around seems to be covered with a blush. In the autumn, the city is drowning in golden and red shades of maple. A walk through the bamboo forest or tea in an ancient pavilion turns into an almost spiritual experience. Kyoto is not just beautiful, it seems to breathe the aromas of incense, the sounds of whispering rice paper curtains, and the philosophy of harmony with nature. In Kyoto, there's the bamboo forest, not just a beautiful place, but a real natural concert. When the wind blows through the tall stalks of bamboo, they make a soft, soothing noise, like a whole orchestra of nature. Protected as a national cultural treasure, walking along these paths is not just a visual pleasure, but a unique experience that immerses you in the atmosphere of ancient Japanese harmony with nature. Lisbon, Portugal. Lisbon is a city of light and melancholy, paved with tiled roofs and bathed in golden sunsets. It is spread over 7 hills, offering breathtaking views of the Tagus estuary and the San Francisco-like 25 de Abril Bridge. The streets here are like tangled threads, sometimes diving into alleys, and old trams clicking their heels along them. In Alfama, Fado, the Portuguese song of pain and beauty, rings out. Lisbon knows how to surprise. Roman ruins, Moorish fortresses, and ultra-modern museums coexist here. The Belém Tower by the water is a guardian of the old sea routes from which caravels set out in search of newer worlds. Lisbon has a unique elevator, which not only serves as a means of transportation between the lower and upper districts, but is also a real architectural masterpiece in a neo-Gothic style. What's surprising is that the elevator was designed by a student of Gustave Eiffel, the creator of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. This metal structure from 1902 still works and offers breathtaking panoramic views of the city. Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town is a place where 2 oceans meet. The city is at the foot of Table Mountain, a natural wonder with a flat top wrapped in clouds like a blanket. Climb up there and you will be treated to one of the most breathtaking panoramic views in the world. The ocean sparkling below, green slopes, and a city spread out like a watercolor on a canvas. Next to it is the Cape of Good Hope, where ships used to go with trepidation rounding Africa. The city is a surprising combination of European colonial architecture and African flavor. The markets in the Bo-Kaap area are colorful, and the houses here look like they were painted with pastels. A walk along the V&A waterfront is a feast of tastes, music, and light. Cape Town inspires, awakens, and remains in the heart for a long time. Sydney, Australia. Sydney is a symphony of architecture, sun, and coastal wind. Its silhouette is recognizable at first glance, the snow-white sails of the Opera House seemingly soaring above the surface of the harbor and the famous Harbor Bridge, connecting the past and the future. The city lives by the water. Its embankments are full of street musicians, cafes, yachts, and pleasure boats. And just a few minutes away are the golden beaches of Bondi and Manly, where surfers catch the waves and the sun sets into the ocean with cinematic luxury. Sydney skillfully combines the rhythm of the big city with the atmosphere of a seaside resort. And in the neighborhoods of Surrey Hills and Newtown, bars, art galleries, and coffee shops are hidden. Everything is intertwined in this city on the edge of the world. Sydney is a celebration of life that never fades. Istanbul, Turkey. Istanbul is a city where East meets West and history resonates at every turn. It stretches across 2 continents, Europe and Asia, and bears the marks of 3 great empires, Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman. Your first taste of eternity begins at the Hagia Sophia. Nearby is the Blue Mosque with its graceful minarets, and underground is the mysterious Basilica Cistern. The Grand Bazaar, one of the oldest markets on the planet, is a labyrinth where it's easy to get lost and find treasures. And having tea on a rooftop overlooking the Bosphorus is a personal moment of magic. Istanbul is always different. It can be a bustling bazaar or a quiet morning coffee overlooking the water. It is a city of sensations, a city of questions that have no single answer. But what is really amazing is that it is home to the only underground railway line in the world that connects two continents. This feature gives Istanbul incredible charm and makes it a bridge between cultures and eras. Dubrovnik, Croatia. Dubrovnik is called the Pearl of the Adriatic, and this is not an exaggeration. This ancient city, surrounded by powerful stone walls, seems to have emerged from sea foam and sunlight. Merchants, poets, sailors walked along its streets, and today tourists walk here, in love with beauty as if for the first time. Walk along Stradun, polished by thousands of feet, and visit monasteries with pharmacies that have been operating since the 13th century. Climb the ramparts and you will be treated to a breathtaking view. Tiled roofs, sparkling sea, green islands in the distance. It is no coincidence that scenes from Game of Thrones were filmed here. The fantasy atmosphere is born here by itself, and also azure bays, snow-white yachts, and orange sunsets. In the Middle Ages, there was a law in Dubrovnik prohibiting playing cards and dice to protect residents from gambling and poverty. Rome, Italy. Rome is an eternal city where history is literally in the air. The Colosseum, a majestic amphitheater where gladiatorial fights once took place, today is a symbol of the power of the grandeur of ancient Rome. Stroll through the Roman Forum, where the fate of the empire was once decided, and feel the breath of millennia. The majestic Pantheon reminds us of the skill of ancient Roman architects. You can't miss visiting the Vatican, the spiritual heart of Catholicism, where the Pope welcomes thousands of pilgrims. The Vatican Museum hides masterpieces by Raphael and Michelangelo. In the evening, go to Trevi Fountain. Throw a coin in to assure you'll be back again one day. In Rome, there is an underground restaurant, an ancient wine cellar dating back to the 1st century AD, which was discovered by accident during the construction of the metro. This cellar has been preserved almost intact and contains the original wine jars, as well as frescoes on the walls. This historic underground wine bar is an amazing window into the everyday life of ancient Rome. In this eternal city, history literally surrounds you from all sides, even under your feet. Budapest, Hungary. Budapest is a city of contrasts, combining ancient luxury with modern charm. Divided by the Danube into Buda and Pest, it enchants with its architecture and atmosphere. Stroll through the Royal Palace on Buda Hill, which offers stunning views of the city. Pest offers exquisite Art Nouveau buildings, and the famous Parliament with its Gothic spires is one of the main attractions. Budapest is home to one of the largest and oldest open-air thermal pools in the world. What's unusual is that this complex operates all year round, even in winter, when it can be freezing outside and the air is steamy from the hot water. Locals and tourists bathe in the warm water surrounded by snowy landscapes. In the evening, the city comes to life in the Jewish quarter with its trendy bars and cozy cafes. The legendary Chain Bridge is a symbol of unity and beauty, especially beautiful when illuminated at night. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Buenos Aires is a city of passion, tango, and endless energy. This metropolis on the banks of the La Plata River is famous for its vibrant culture and European charm. Take a stroll along Avenida 9 de Julio, one of the widest streets in the world, home to the famous obelisk, the symbol of the city. It is an impressive 140 meters wide and can carry up to 7 lanes of traffic in each direction. The avenue is named after the date of Argentina's independence, July 9th, 1816. Don't miss the La Boca district with its brightly colored houses and a non-stop festive atmosphere. This is where tango was born, permeating every movement of the city. The historic center of San Telmo is a real paradise for lovers of antiques and street artists. Buenos Aires is a mixture of European elegance and Latin American temperament, where every corner breathes art, music, and passion. Amsterdam, Netherlands. Amsterdam is a city of canals, bicycles, and endless inspiration. The unique network of narrow canals and cozy houses with facades in the style of Dutch classicism tell of a rich trading past. Stroll through the Van Gogh Museum to see the masterpieces of the great artist, or visit the Rijksmuseum, which contains the best examples of Dutch art. Be sure to ride a bike like the locals and feel the spirit of the city. For history buffs, the Anne Frank House is a touching reminder of the times of World War II. At night, Amsterdam turns into a bright and lively metropolis that knows how to surprise and inspire again and again. St. Petersburg, Russia. Like something out of a Dostoevsky novel, St. Petersburg is a city where every pavement stone whispers of the greatness of the past. Built by order of Peter the Great on the marshy banks of the Neva, it has become a pearl of world architecture. The Hermitage, with its collection of world art housed in the luxurious Winter Palace, is capable of causing awe in even the most sophisticated traveler. And the drawbridges over the foggy Neva lend the city that very poetic melancholy that Akhmatova and Brodsky celebrated. Don't forget to stop by the Church of the Savior on the Spilled Blood, a cathedral with mosaics that you can admire endlessly. And don't forget to visit Peterhof, a grand palace and park complex near St. Petersburg, known as the Russian Versailles. This masterpiece of architecture and landscape art was founded by Peter the Great in the early 18th century and became a symbol of Russian imperial grandeur. St. Petersburg is not just beautiful, it is like a theater stage where the city silence sounds like a symphony. The city of white nights, rains, and inspiration. San Francisco, USA. San Francisco is a city with character, where every street keeps its own history. Its famous Golden Gate Bridge looks powerful and mysterious at the same time. On the streets of this city, you will see the famous cable cars that leisurely carry passengers up steep hills, opening up picturesque views of the bay. Stroll through the Fisherman's Wharf district. Admire the Sea Lion colony. San Francisco is a city where cultures and freedom of expression intersect. It was famous for the hippie and beatnik movements, and today it is a hub of technology and innovation. From Alcatraz to the cozy streets of Chinatown, San Francisco captivates with its spirit of change. Quebec City, Canada. Quebec City is a small Europe in North America. a city with the flavor of old streets and French elegance. Its Old Town is the only fortified city in North America listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Walking along the cobbled streets, you will see fortress walls, ancient churches, and cozy cafes that will transport you back to the 17th century. The main attraction is the Chateau Frontenac, a majestic hotel towering over the St. Lawrence River, and the picturesque Montmorency Park with a stunning waterfall that is higher than Niagara Falls. Quebec is a mix of French culture and Canadian nature, where you can feel the romance of the old world without leaving America. Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Dubai is a city of the future in the middle of the desert, a place where architectural wonders and luxury know no bounds. Skyscrapers appear, and the main character is the Burj Khalifa, the tallest tower in the world. But Dubai is not only modern wonders. In the Old District, you can immerse yourself in the atmosphere of traditional Arab life with spice markets, narrow streets, and museums. The city is famous for its chic beaches, huge shopping malls, and artificial islands in the form of palm trees. In the evening, the desert comes alive with jeep safaris and belly dancing shows under the stars. Dubai is a place where Oriental traditions meet ultra-modern technologies, creating a unique and unforgettable experience. Edinburgh, Scotland. Edinburgh is a fairy tale city with a rich history and a mystical atmosphere. Its famous castle, located on a volcanic hill, guards ancient treasures and legends of the Scottish crown. Stroll along the Royal Mile, a narrow cobbled street filled with pubs, souvenir shops, and traces of centuries of history. In spring and summer, the famous Edinburgh Festival takes place here. In Edinburgh, the Middle Ages and modernity, mysticism, and reality are closely intertwined, which makes it one of the most charming cities in Europe. We hope you enjoyed this trip with us through the 20 most beautiful cities in the world. If you did and like to see more, please like, subscribe, and drop a comment. It really helps the algorithm let other people find our videos. I hope to see you in the next video, and until then, stay safe and travel on.